bit light, and we're gonna talk about artificial intelligence. So, um, this is gonna be fucking hilarious. I'm not gonna lie to you because this has been something that I have kind of um uh I obviously, you've been seeing it a lot on social media. You see it a lot everywhere, but I haven't really spoke much about it for a couple of reasons. But before we get into the whole conversation about this, um, I had a homie that I used to work with probably in like 2019, 2018. He was a promoter, curator, and a manager out of South Carolina. And fucking, we would always get into these debates of whether artificial intelligence, more specifically AI artists, this is when, like, a lot of those early AI projects were starting to roll out, whether it was going to like impact the industry or not, and really more importantly, underground and independent artists. um I didn't really entertain that idea because it's not really something that um I really believe in, just because there aren't a lot of reasons to like undermine the human experience, right? So for instance, what do I mean by that? A bot, AI, a computer, they just can't replicate human feelings and emotions. And that's something we've seen in movies time and time again, right? Even if some of them become more advanced, it's still a very hard thing to replicate. And that kind of always put a nail in the coffin for me with it, because I just don't, you know, I don't really entertain it. Like I was like, yeah, like it's cool. Some people think it's like, like fun and shit, but it is what it is for me. You know what I mean? Like it's literally just a program. It's like automating bots on a fighting game. It's like going in Call of Duty and watching the bots run around and kill each other. Like that's stupid. So I was like, okay, whatever. Years later, fast forward to 2023, here we are. And it's very much more advanced. You have a lot of big problems. Now labels are stepping in. You're getting a lot of remixes going viral. You're getting a lot of fake songs going viral. You're getting a lot of people's work straight up stolen, if we're being honest. Like straight up fucking stolen. And I don't like, let me preface this by saying that this isn't the opinion of all the Music Monday staff, but the majority of us kind of are on the same page because we care about art, right? There are some benefits for AI, but I think the bigger issue is how it's being perceived, and um, you know, the fact that people are taking a liking to it. I think that's more of a problem. um because you could grab like 50 AI tracks, and like some of them are decent, but the majority of them are fucking ass. Like I don't give a fuck what anybody says, bro. I heard some Drake fucking remix the other day and it was god awful. Like fucking god awful. And I opened up the comments and they're like, fire emoji, better than Drake, better than Drake, better than this, better than that. And I'm like, what the fuck are you hearing? What are you hearing? So that's where it sparked a thought the other day, that it was like the fact that people really think some of this shit is like genuinely good. Like they're gassing it the fuck up. Like even on TikTok too, like TikTok and Instagram, it's wild right now. And um it all sounds so fake. It all sounds so fake. And it occurred to me. It occurred to me that the bigger fucking issue here is not the AI itself, is the fact that people are genuinely hearing this and being like, wow, dude, this is fire. This is better than the original. This is a great remix. And it's like peaking. The vocals are off. It's fucking, it's so much little shit that only we pay attention to. And it just goes to show how much society and people kind of view music as a whole. And I think that's something to really talk about more, because that's a fucking problem. Like that's a real problem, that people have so little of a regard for people's art that they don't care who it is. If it's good, they're banging it in the car. They're playing it at parties. They're fucking and it could be stolen. It could be AI shit. It could be almost anything. Leaking too. Leaking music. Same shit. So the perception of it, of society, is really fucked up in my opinion, because there are people that are like, yeah, this is not good. And back when it was more so the conversation about AI generated artwork rather than music, that was a big debacle for a bit, right, in the art community, and people still use AI generated art pieces. But with that said, now that it's reached kind of the music side of things, right, and not just music, you're talking about voice recordings now. So somebody could take this recording right now that I'm doing here on Music Mondays, put my voice into a bot, and have me say fucking anything. Anything in the world. Now that's fucking dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is fucking dangerous. So I think it's more of a conversation about how us as a community, as a collective, as creative people can not necessarily put a stop to it, because it's way past progression, and it's going to keep progressing. And you know how can we kind of combat this? And it's like, people are going to like what they like, right? It's not really a matter of like, this isn't good or this is bad, it's bad or good. No, it's not good for the environment though. Like, people got to understand that. And when people go and say, as an artist, that it can be a useful tool in this and this, I'm sure there's some cases where artificial intelligence is a cool thing to use in a song, but as a real person, you shouldn't be touching that shit. You know what I mean? Like in respect for your own art, you shouldn't be touching that shit. Like, it's not it. Like, there are even like producer programs that are like programming drums and like cooking up beats in like 5 minutes. And again, don't get me wrong, they're hot ass and they're not structured or anything. So again, there's that human element of it that people most will they'll notice. You know what I mean? They'll be like, yeah, this sounds kind of like fake. This sounds like processed and not good. Like, there's small things, and you know little tidbits that only the human eye can really accomplish when it comes to creating unique, passionate art. And I think that's what we need to focus on here, right? Is really how we can make our human experience for our supporters and anybody that is supporting you more personal and intimate, right? With so much of this bullshit going around, it's a huge opportunity to connect with people on a deeper level. Not fake shit, not you know, none of that. Don't condone it. Blah 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 blah. So again, to really cap that point off, I don't think it's necessarily AI to be the exact issue. I think it's the way it's being received is a bigger fucking issue, because you have like these thousands and millions, jillions of comments that are like completely condoning and co-signing this shit, and it's like, do you not have respect for any amount of work that people fucking do? Like it, and the more I think about it, the more it fucking aggravates me, because I don't care who it is, whether it's Drake, fucking this one, that one, bro, mainstream or not, like, somebody worked on that, right? That's somebody's fucking work. That's an engineer's work. That's a producer's work. That's a vocalist's work. I don't care who it is, bro. So stop fucking condoning that shit. You know what I mean? And that leads me to my last point about this: is what can we do? And again, it's not only not paying attention to it and not really giving it attention, but stop, like, kind of like entertaining it in like any aspect. Like, the fact that I'm seeing some people say that it's good for this or it's good for that, and they're also artists, is like insanely delusional and like dangerous. Like, that's not a movement that you need to be promoting to other musicians. You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of thing where it's like, if you say, "Oh, we're fucked," or "Oh, this is sick," you're a part of the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like you're 100% part of the problem. Like, because you're giving that attention, bro. Stop retweeting it. Stop quoting it. Stop debating it. It's fucking dog shit. It is dog shit. And again, that's my opinion, right? Like some people, you know, that aren't artists might genuinely enjoy the shit, and that's fine to a degree. But to say the shit that I've seen people say about this shit is fucking delusional. Like delusional. Beyond delusional actually. Like you can go take any AI post on the internet right now and go check out the comments and 90% of the people are either bashing the artist or saying how good it is. And you have artists quote tweeting, posting, "Oh, we're fucked. Industry's dead. Art's dead." Not if you keep fucking, bro. Stop talking like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop talking like that. That's not good energy. Like the fact that people are even like kind of open to the conversation is fucking insane to me. Is insane to me. Because like I said, this isn't something that's gonna get stopped, right? It's not just gonna get. But listen, once that first kind of allegation or court case or um you know something serious happens with this shit and the government has to fucking step in, that's when it'll be, you know, put into a burner. Because like I was saying a few minutes ago, you know, the technology to replicate voices is insane, right? So it's not just music that this is a fucking problem with. Like again, you could take my voice from the show here, go program it into an AI, and then have my voice say whatever you want it to say. Think about that. So it's not gonna go out of control because something will happen to be like, okay, we need to take a look at this and how we use this as a society. But to break it down even smaller into the music community, at the end of the day, to really cap off this point, all of it, stop condoning it. Stop paying attention to it. Stop commenting on it. Stop following the people that create the shit. Stop fucking arguing with people of whether it's good or not. You know what I mean? Like, don't fucking don't do any of that because you're only gravitating the engagement. You're only giving it more pull and more power and this and that. And if you're a fucking supporter out here too, by the way, like if you're a fucking supporter out here and you condone that shit, but you claim that you support independent art, no, you don't. No, the fuck you don't. No, you don't. Because when you have something like these AIs taking money and, you know, work from people, don't tell me you care about art, bro. Because you don't. You don't. Like, and again, that's just my 2 cents on it. But, you know, I've been a producer for over 6 years. I've been in the underground scene for over 6 years. And this is just not something I can get behind, right? Because I know way too many hardworking people that are extremely fucking talented that work their ass off to get like the tiniest bit of exposure. And to see these AI tracks get ran the fuck up made me sick. Made me fucking sick. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, that shit is disgusting. So, again, if you're a fucking supporter out there and you're like, yeah, dude, this is fire, da 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 da, you know, whoa, 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 and you claim to support independent art and underground artists, no, the fuck you don't. Once you stop supporting that shit, then I'll believe that. But it's just not true. It's not fucking true. So, yeah, like, is it like a problem? Definitely. But is there a solution? Definitely. And it's a participation effect. Don't participate. You know what I'm saying? Like act like that shit doesn't even exist. And if we did that as a community, that shit would be dead by next year. Straight up. Because again, 90% of the people gassing it are the people who listen to music. You know what I mean? So it's like, what the fuck? Like, what does that say about like how they perceive regular art? Like that's what's scary about it is like the cosign from people was just so quick. And it's like we're so passionate about our artwork, right? And you have people out here like saying that somebody plugged into a fucking computer and cooked up in 10 minutes is like beyond gas. Like the premium gas. They're like, dude, this is like the greatest song I've ever heard. Like they're like, yo, is this on Spotify and all this other crazy shit? And I'm like, bro, what? Motherfucker, you better go support your favorite artist right now. Hell nah. So, nah, man. I don't co-sign any of it. And you shouldn't either if you create music. You know what I mean? Like I said, there are some cases where, you know, It could be worth it. Some projects call for it, right? But that's like less than 25%. You know what I mean? Like, what other else could you possibly tell me that you're benefiting from AI as a fucking musician? You know what I'm saying? Like, people were already fucking bitching enough about loops and this and this and that, and now fucking we're just gonna co-sign AI? Like, what the fuck? Hell nah. No way, bro. No way. No way. So I don't, nah. Nope. Not on this camp. Haven't heard a good AI track yet. No, no, literally. Like, some of the things that I saw people saying were good is like it kind of made me nauseous. Like, it took me for a step back a little bit because I was like, wow, are people's like listening ears like that skewed as to where you could play them some dog shit like this and they'll be like, yes, yes. Like, what the fuck? Like this Drake one I heard was god awful with the mix. Like, the mix especially was god awful because Drake has a beautiful voice. So it's like the fact that anybody would co-sign that and like genuinely co-sign it, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it'll only die if they let it die. I'm using Tom AI to post horn. No, exactly, Mark, exactly. The beat was so bad. Yeah, like the Juice WRLD one had me heated, bro. The Drake Weekend one, yes, and a lot of the Juice WRLD ones are fucking awful. Like, a lot of the ones I see on Reddit of the Juice WRLD ones, horrible, horrible. Are you really gonna use a dead dude's voice? Yeah, nah, they already did it with X and Peep, for sure. Actually, I saw that people are recreating opens with Peep and X and this and fucking selling them. Fucking selling them. Okay? I saw multiple of them actually. And somebody put it on Reddit and they were like, yeah, 2017 Lil Peep open. And everybody was like, you fucking made this, bro. And I was like, no way, bro. Like, no way, bro. Like, nah. Nah, I'm good. Like, so the fact that people that don't create are co-signing this a lot means that we need to push back. We need to push back. So stop co-signing it. Stop saying art is fucked. Stop all that. Because it helps nobody. And it definitely doesn't help this scene. You know what I mean? Like, it definitely doesn't. Because mainstream motherfuckers, they have labels with billions to go get their shit taken care of. We do not. So push back. No. Fuck that. Absolutely not. You know what I mean? Like, that's my take on it, man. This will probably be on YouTube, so if you're interested in joining the conversation, you have some thoughts, you have some passionate, you know, opinions on artificial intelligence and what it's doing to art, feel free to sound off in the comments below. And of course, always like and subscribe. You guys know the drill. But yeah, that's that on that, my friends. It's a shitty thing, but as long as we don't co-sign it, we'll be all good. You know what I mean? Like, we'll be all good. Like the co-signing is the big thing there, as to where it's like we just can't be fucking paying attention to this shit. Straight up. Like we just cannot be paying any serious attention to it. And it will die. You know what I mean? We can just let whoever, you know, act like they can create music, or like, we just need to focus on exposing this shit realistically, you know? Like, as long as we expose this shit, we'll be good. We'll be good. And like I said, for the people that fucking claim to care about independent art but support that shit are also a part of the problem, you know what I mean? Like, a big part of the problem, if we're being honest. Because that's what I thought about. I was like, it's not really the AI that's the issue, bro. Like, we got fucking people out here that are like condoning this shit. So it fucked me up a little bit. But yeah,